What is going on, everybody? So, I've had the ROG Ally for more than a year since its initial release, and honestly, I haven't been playing it as much as I thought I would this year, especially with all of the terrible weather, social media, and a lot of other random stuff that went on during 2024. But nearing the end of 2024, I find myself thinking about the ROG Ally differently. I somewhat changed my mind about it, and not because I played the ROG Ally X. A longer battery life doesn't exactly change the experience for me. It's the fluidity and the user experience that I focus on. And as a lot of you probably realized, I rebought a Nintendo Switch, but this time in the form of a Nintendo Switch Lite. And that thing is actually portable. It could fit into pretty much any pocket. It's the world's smallest and most powerful handheld to date, and the most capable, with the best reputation. I mean, it's the Nintendo Switch. And after using that and going back to the ROG Ally, I found the ROG Ally to be slightly more bulkier than I've gotten used to. And surprisingly, I have been using the ROG Ally a lot longer than the Switch Lite. But going to the Switch Lite almost feels liberating. The fact that it weighs less than a PlayStation 5 controller and has such a small form factor that you can customize any case to fit it better made me remember the good old days where I had the original Switch, adding any ergonomic controller attachment that I wanted, fully customizing it, going to stores and looking in the Switch aisle for extra accessories. Those times were exciting, and they made me actually feel like a consumer. With the ROG Ally, there are no physical games, barely any accessories, and I feel like that is the aspect of having a handheld that I miss the most. Customizing it and making it look different, making it feel different with actual physical games, like going into a Best Buy, buying the game and testing it out right on the spot feels incredible without any downloads most of the time. Recently I got Cruisin' Blast on the Nintendo Switch for Christmas, and I tried it right there in the store because I was with people and they had to find more products on their own. So I waited and decided to test out the game I just bought. That felt incredible. The fact that I didn't have to wait for any kind of download, connect to the Wi-Fi, go through Windows, switch any Proton versions to play a specific game, or simply to have an exclusive that is not available anywhere else. And of course, you can emulate Cruisin' Blast, but emulating games usually has a lot of shader cache that you have to compile almost every single time, especially with applications like Ryujinx. That thing has an obscene amount of shader cache applications in it, which make games like Cruisin' Blast stutter a good amount, especially if you're playing one of the hierarchy games like Breath of the Wild. That thing stutters like a mother lover. So suffice to say, I don't miss emulating Nintendo Switch games with their constant lag, nor do I even go back to them as an option. I try to compare the two experiences. Cruisin' Blast definitely looked better on the ROG Ally because you can scale it up to docked mode, so you can play it at 1080p. While with the original, it's at 720p, but it plays absolutely perfect. And recently, I got my hands on Nier Automata, which I'm going to review side by side on the Nintendo Switch and its handheld counterparts. But playing games like that and having an actual perfect experience most of the time and not worrying about any software update or settings is such a fantastic experience, especially after this long as hell year of 2024. I feel like this year felt like 3 years for some reason because it was so tedious and all I had was my handheld PCs and absolutely nothing but that. But most importantly, all I had were Windows handhelds. And Windows handhelds kind of make the day go longer, if you know what I mean. You start it up. Oh, look, there's a Windows update. I have to wait for it now. All I wanted to do was play Candy Crush, but here we are. But going back into something like a Nintendo Switch Lite felt so much better, so it kind of made me not play my ROG Ally as much even when I forced myself to do so. Playing those games that I've always wanted to play handheld, like Metal Gear Solid 5, Resident Evil 2, those games still have some stutter on the ROG Ally because, well, it recompiles the shader cache whenever it wants to, and sometimes the graphics are just too much for the ROG Ally. Even though the ROG Ally is the most powerful handheld, well, not anymore, thanks to MSI's new handheld. I'm not going to say the name. That is the most powerful handheld right now by a few FPS. But even with that, something just isn't the same with the ROG Ally, and I feel like it's Armory Crate. Armory Crate has been having this glitch that's lasted so far 5 months, where if I'm displaying metrics, the metrics just suddenly disappear, and if I'm controlling a game, the controls suddenly stop, just like how it used to do with Master Chief Collection over the first few months I had it. Now it has that problem with every single title I try, which is very unfortunate. It makes me not want to go back to my ROG Ally. This is 100% a software issue, and I tried to update Armored Crate, but that didn't seem to fix the issue. So this is just unfortunate. It's that combined with the fact that I played something smaller. Now the ROG Ally is not the smallest handheld that I currently own. Now the Nintendo Switch Lite is. And the Nintendo Switch at this point has every single game, or almost every single game I've ever wanted on a handheld. It has the Batman trilogy, which by the way, Arkham Knight is still not too bad. It has some of my favorite Resident Evil titles, Nier Automata, Red Dead Redemption. I mean, the list goes on and on how many awesome Nintendo Switch games are available in 2024, and I have no clue what's going to happen next. I'm pretty sure Nintendo Switch 2 is going to be announced in January, it seems, mainly because of the leaks, which I'm grateful for. But yeah, the ROG Ally, I'm not playing it as much. That kind of sucks. Maybe if Asus comes out with a lighter version that has SteamOS pre-installed, similar to how the Legion Go S is going to have, maybe I might go back to it. But so far, the Legion Go has been taking most of my attention, and especially the Nintendo Switch Lite. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Later.